Imagine a world where we as business owners were coming together because we truly believed in the impact that we wanted to make on that end customer's life. And what if some of the most successful business people that I've had the pleasure of meeting and learning from, the reason why they've gotten to where they are, they have said is through really smart and strategic partnerships. One of the most amazing examples I have seen of partnerships in real life is from the amazing Janine Allis. She is the owner and founder of Boost Juice. Welcome to the Disruptionists, where the status quo has no seat at the table. I'm Jess Singh, and this is your invitation to join the movement of game-changing, boundary-pushing strategies that will take your marketing, branding, and customer journey to the next level. Let's get disruptive. So we're going to get a little bit serious with this episode, everyone. I want to talk to you about something that I'm super passionate about. I got sick and tired of working in the sort of world of marketing and branding and things being all about competition. I'm here today to tell you that other businesses aren't your competition and that partnerships could potentially be the key to true growth within your organization without compromising sales. So I want to go back to this whole point. Over my career, it spans over 20 plus years, I was taught that we always had to be super competitive in terms of how we communicate in capturing customers. And I think it even boils down to the way in which some small businesses are operating now, in the sense that there's some things that they just don't want to reveal because maybe that it's going to let somebody, get an advantage over them. There's so much fear. Sometimes that kind of fear actually stops some amazing, beautiful entrepreneurs from even going out there and starting businesses because they're always thinking, oh, but what if somebody's doing it better? This person's bigger than me. I think what I want us to focus on as a business community, it's the fact that it's through collaboration and not competition that maybe we'll be able to have a bigger impact than any of us thought that we could have alone. What I mean by that is, imagine a world where we as business owners were coming together because we truly believed in the impact that we wanted to make on that end customer's life. And what if, rather than doing it on our own, we were able to join forces with someone and be open and transparent and share what we're doing and then learn from the other organization what works well for them, because maybe it will avoid heartache and pain for you and wasted dollars. Maybe this other business, they're not going to steal your customers, but they're going to be able to help their customers in a way that better sort of supports their end goal. I think this is something that we really, really need to talk about. And maybe there's a new sort of framework that we can create when it comes to partnerships. So by no means am I saying, just go into any partnership without any thought and without any strategy. This is something that has been super important to my personal business right now and sort of the growth ambitions that I have. I recognize that as one person alone, I can only work with a certain amount of clients in a year. So yet the need that these clients have in the world of requiring strategy for marketing, it's big. There's more people that need me than I can help. So do I, just from fear of the fact that somebody could steal my methodology and steal customers from me, do I just limit myself and the impact that I can have? The answer for me has been no. I'm going out there right now and I am talking to many different organizations to say, how can you partner with me and how can we make our ability to service clients using my methodology work for both of us? So the things that I'm looking at isn't about being fearful and seeing them as competitors, but it's seeing how we can actually align and collaborate. So some of the key things that I'm looking at is, do they have the same set of values as me? What are they like as a personality? Can I actually, deal with this person on a day-to-day basis? What is the quality of the work producing? Is that in line with my brand? Or could giving business to this particular partner or passing over one of my clients, could it actually end up damaging my own brand and reputation that I've got? So this is why I think today is a really, really important time to start having these discussions. This is not something that I'm just starting with you on the fly because the idea came to me just now. This is something that I'm actually actively talking to so many of my networks with. Some of the most successful business people that I've had the pleasure of meeting and learning from, the ones that are, close to being billionaires or just super successful as multimillionaires, the reason why they've gotten to where they are, they have said, is through really smart and strategic partnerships. If all of those people saw other businesses purely as competition, then they would never have achieved the level of success that they have. Let's break this down to like what you tangibly get out of partnering with the right business. If you do all this homework, which is the part that I'm going through right now, what is the payoff for me? The big payoff is that Jess alone, I attract you, I attract a certain audience, but by partnering with another organization, it's amazing because these people still need me, but they just don't know me. It's being able to get exposure to more people and get more visibility than I can ever get on my own. Another really great sort of thing that we need to understand here is it's also potentially adding value to the customer. So I alone, if you think about my example, I absolutely love helping business owners specifically understand the value of strategy before tactics. So I do a strategic engagement with them. But at the end of every strategy, people say to me, Jess, we love this strategy. We get it. We're so excited. But there's so many tangible actions here. Who's going to do that? Essentially, I can partner with other organizations and exceptional business owners who I know share my values and be able to get them to give more value to my client rather than leaving them at that point and saying, oh, look, I wish you the best. Good luck finding someone who can implement the strategy. I'm then able to say, actually, I am so highly confident and believe so much in this person's ability in SEO, in content creation, or in paid advertising. These are the people you can go to. That saves so much time and it's coming from a credible source. That value is unmatched to the other option, which is to be left alone to try and figure it out yourself. And I promise you, there are so many business owners doing that right now and really struggling with that I'm here to kind of change that. So really, really tangible ways in which you can get impact for your clients as well. Hi guys, I'm just jumping in quickly to stop you there. I just wanted to remind you, if you're a small business owner or you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to gain some clarity or strategies around your marketing, branding, the way in which you can work with customers, you can contact me by checking out the information below. I'm here to support you to start making some really positive disruptions to the industry that you work in and for you and your business. Right back to the episode. Another real important factor that you can't forget about is the fact that alone, maybe you've only got X amount of budget to be able to market or brand to this particular target audience or customer that you've got in mind. Whereas if you actually joined forces with someone who is able to be a complementary business, perhaps would have double the budget and therefore the impact that you're able to have in terms of visibility, brand awareness, like whatever your goal is, you can potentially double or triple your impact depending on who it is that you partner with. So partnership can also end up not only making you more money, but it could end up saving you money too. Now, one of the most amazing examples I have seen of partnerships in real life is from the amazing Janine Allis, who I've also had the pleasure of meeting. She is the owner and founder of Boost Juice. Boost Juice is an absolute phenomenon here in Australia and has expanded overseas. I think she's got something like 550 stores now. They were able to negotiate an amazing deal with Disney to be able to promote limited time only products in which containers for the kids and folks to drink juice from, right? The reason why this partnership is an example of a great partnership is that Disney needed a store that had the kind of volume and foot traffic that Boost Juice could provide. And from Janine's perspective, being able to align her juices with like a household name that's all about fun and family values similar to hers, it was an absolute no-brainer and an absolute win. So what did that result in? For Janine, it meant that as like the families were doing their shopping, Their kids would see something that was an iconic character, like if it's Moana or any one of these popular Disney characters where they're about to release a new movie, the kid would look up and go, oh, mum, it's Moana. I have to have one of those Boost juice. The cool thing about that is not only is the kid then getting the juice, then mum and dad probably sit there and go, oh, I wasn't really considering having this beautiful mango smoothie, but now that we're here, maybe I'll grab one of those. Hugely beneficial to Janine and the Boost business. On the other side, you look at Disney. What did they benefit from? Well, these kids, they've been excited about the movie. They're reminded about the movie. Maybe that's the point at which, mum and dad say, all right, I think these school holidays, we're going to go see Moana too. Or maybe once they take that particular cup home because it's a collectible, it's just top of mind for the family that I want to see it. We got to go. And then improving the chances that people are going to go to Disney and help them with their particular brand and their profits. So it's a win-win. It's a perfect example of partnerships when they work, in an example that you've probably seen and not even realized. So you might be thinking, well, what has Boost Juice and Disney got to do with me? I have an amazing example of someone who I've met in my network. She is the sweetest soul. Her name is Rita, and she had a Mochi donut business. This beautiful soul decided, well, if Boost and Disney can do it, why can't I? She had the absolute courage to actually pick up the phone and find out who she needed to contact at Hello Kitty. I kid you not, within a matter of a couple of interactions, she was able to negotiate to be the exclusive donut provider for the Hello Kitty and Friends images. It has been one of the most popular moves for her. It's not just Hello Kitty, but she will then be able to release all of the Friends. And if you think about Mochi and donuts and who the actual target audience is, it was like a marriage made in heaven. So not only is it great for her and her brand, but Hello Kitty are loving it too. All right, so in this example, what has been the advantage for Rita and her Mochi donut business? What was the significance of having had the Hello Kitty brand associated? It simply comes down to the absolute authority and credibility that Hello Kitty, this worldwide recognized brand, has on the actual donuts that she's selling. People are able to look at that and go, gee, she must be someone, or it must be something pretty good, pretty tasty if it can be endorsed by someone as recognizable as the Hello Kitty brand. So if this has got you a little bit excited about the potential of working with a partners, you might be wondering, well, how do I actually approach someone? I think the biggest piece of advice that I've been given is to look at not what you can get from a partner, but actually the value that you can add to each other and to your actual customers. So by that, I mean, is it the fact that it's not just about the extra sales that you make, but it's genuinely, does that bring joy to my customer's life? Does it align with the values that my brand has? So going back to Boost and Disney, they both value family and fun in their brands. It was just an absolute no-brainer. So if we look at the Disney and Boost example, why that one was so important is if both of these companies have identified that family and fun were two values that were super important, what's more fun than actually adding a character to a Boost juice? That's probably one of the best things that they could have done to not only make sure that the Disney customer was feeling happy and excited, but also the Boost juice customers happy and excited, who just happened to be the same customer in one. So as a small business owner, you're probably sitting here wondering, well, okay, you've got me. Now you've told me how to approach partnerships, but what are the type of things that I can actually ask for that is going to add value to me and to the other business? It could be things like content creation together. Maybe there's some content that they've already created that is going to be super valuable to your organization and your audience. Why not be able to have them feature that content? So it saves you from having to write it, but it's still something that's going to impact your audience in a positive way. For the other brand, it's fantastic exposure to a new audience that they might never have had access to before. In another episode, I'm talking about the impact that giveaways or contests could have. And it's not that you have to come up with the prize yourself. It could be that by collaborating with a partner, together you can come and produce a prize or an experience that the audience is going to love, both from their side, from your side, and you both end up getting visibility further than you would have if you had just gone out there and targeted your own customer with a competition. I started talking about this quite passionately, and I want to leave you with something to think about. So instead of sitting here going, what can I do to beat my competition? Why don't you flip the script and start thinking of what you can do to collaborate with other businesses for their betterment and yours, and ultimately for the benefit of your customers, who often sometimes is the same person. So this one is really important to me, and I would love to hear back from you. Does this resonate with you? Are you just as passionate about me? Do you think I'm on the right track here? Like, should we 100% be working in collaboration with other businesses, or is competition something that's going to be here to stay? I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop me a line and let's talk about it. Thanks for joining me on The Disruptionists. If this episode sparked new ideas or challenged your thinking, I'd love your support with a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And don't forget to subscribe to your favorite platform to catch every disruptive insight. For more behind the scenes content and to connect with like-minded disruptors, follow me at Jess Singh across all social platforms. And remember, stay disruptive.